He has, I think, just as the same or maybe around the same number of seats that the Congress has. 6 seats that the Congress is leading in, 4 of those seats happen to be in Simhanchal. The problem though is, and I think the Prime Minister made that point, that it's been reduced to a Muslim League Maowadi Congress. Now, he might have meant it as a political attack, but at the end of the day, if you're winning 4 out of only just 6 seats, this is the worst performance of the Congress party since the last 30 or 35 years. If this is all that the Congress party can do, then I think it has restricted itself to a 15-20% sort of vote party, and it has nothing else to offer, and it's getting reduced to that in the second most populous state in the country. I mean, this used to be the upper caste party at one point of time. A section of Dalits were associated with the Congress party. Today, it has been reduced to a under 20% party representing just the minorities.
So, Zaka, the Congress is now exactly half of what it was in 2024 in Bihar.
Yes.
About 1/3 of what it was in 2020 and about 1/4 of what it was in 2015 if you look at seat share. The other point I want to make on the Muslim seats, out of the 53 odd Muslim dominated seats, India has won 40.
Correct.
India has won 8, out of which Congress has hardly won 5 of those, right? So,
yes.
so that is also because of counter mobilization. But the fact of the matter is the Congress's message is not resonating.
See, even in Simhanchal, which is supposedly the hotbed of polarized politics in Bihar, the Congress has not won anything. It's won barely 4 seats out of the 35 or 40 seats that are there in Simhanchal. I mean, a bulk of those seats have either gone to the BJP, 1 seat has gone to the JDU, and look at the other green that has suddenly now popped up. I mean, it's a fascinating story for me. He had the exact same number of seats last time, Asduddin Owaisi. He had 5. 4 of those MLAs joined the RJD. He's won in those exact same seats with new candidates. So what does that say? The voter is basically saying all these parties, Congress, RJD, etc., which has taken Muslims for granted, we're going to send them a message now once again. This is the second time in 5 years that they're doing this. So I think, the Congress has some very, very critical, almost existential questions that it needs to answer. Rahul Verma is here. Is it leadership? Is it message? Is it picking the wrong issue? I don't see the Congress party now. I mean, in the morning we had people saying, oh, it's the only national alternative. I don't see that being the case at all anymore.
Won't there be Congresses who would be sick of this? Those are 13 se ab tak chal raha hai. Is there a point when the Prime Minister says Congress is going to get divided, because there will be many? That G23 group came. Now perhaps they may get more momentum to say, boss, this is not working. You're not even working with your own alliance partner, and you've dragged your alliance partner who is supposed to be a strong person in the state down. Yes.
Yeah, so an hour back I was on a similar show, I think with Shivani. And I said, I think for 10 to 15 years, all analysts have sort of saying things what Congress should do, but Congress has closed its ears, so I will not comment on what Congress should do. But my point is, yes, Congress, think of what happened after 2024. They basically got some kind of relief, perhaps a bouncing board on which they could have built. But after that, they became too overconfident, and what was the election in which they had contested the least number of seats ever in their history, they thought this is their revival moment. And after that, there were conversations that Congress, even before election, had decided who's going to become the minister or chief minister in Maharashtra. They lost Haryana and Maharashtra, both where they had performed really well in 2024, right? And so those states should have been where Congress could have expanded a little bit more. So why Congress? I think it's really hard to answer the problem why Congress is in the shape it is, because it's all of it.
It's not so hard to answer the
so
problem, sir.
It's
just that you have to just sit across with genuine Congresses, generational Congresses, who'll turn around and say there's still about 3.5 crore Congress loyalists who are waiting for
analysis. If you want a simplistic analysis, I'll say Rahul Gandhi. But that's not the answer. Tell me why did Kodak collapsed? Tell me why did Yahoo collapse? Tell me why BlackBerry collapsed. I'm just giving you, taking you to business world.
They just refuse to evolve and look at the real picture.
Organizations collapse.
Sir, if you surround yourself with people who have never fought elections, who have never gone, put in the hard yards on ground, there's going to be a problem. And when you get a mandate of confidence, you don't get overconfident.
Anand, there is a difference between symptom and cause of a problem.
Right.
This is all a symptom of a problem. Right?
You're saying, okay, we are looking at the effect
What
and we are
is the
not
cause?
getting the cause.
No, it's not easy
What
to
is the
figure out.
cause?
If people knew both companies And parties, once they start declining, it becomes really, really hard to figure out
Sir,
how
even
to
the
revive.
captain of the Indian
BJP
cricket
was
team does not get so many
two-member
matches
party.
as captain, and when you continue to lose, they change the captain, the team starts
Sure,
performing,
they-
you change the team.
But-
That's what happens. That's not happening here.
But Anand, if you can ensure that you change the captain and they will start winning, can you make that guarantee?
No, you have to change things around just to improve things and get people who have got a different thought process, because the way direction in which you are pulling the cart currently, what story did not work. But perhaps the local narrative and the Bihari telling you कि भाई ये मुद्दा है, इस पे काम करो, you don't listen to that person. You've not, right? So you've pulled the alliance partner also down. That's what's also happened.
I think Congress and RJD have a similar problem and yet a different problem, in as much as, and Professor Sandeep Shastri weigh in on this. The Congress today has restricted itself, as the Prime Minister said, down to a Muslim party, a Muslim Maowadi party, as he put it. The RJD has the same problem with the Yadavs. It's not able to expand beyond just 14-15% of the electorate. The problem is the remaining 75-80% of the electorate is consolidated around the other pole. In this case, it happens to be the BJP and the JDU. Now, Prime Minister says we will do the same thing in Bengal. We'll see how that happens next year.
Zaka, I think the trend clearly seems to be the Congress on the retreat, and the main party which is attempting to challenge the BJP is state-based parties, and that's why now the focus on Bengal, that's why next year the focus on Tamil Nadu, that's why next year the focus on Kerala, where you have state-based parties playing a critical role, at least in two of them.
Yeah.
So that's where the critical challenge to the BJP will emerge in state elections in the coming year.
No, but ultimately you need a national alternative. I mean, you're not, the BJP cannot be challenged by an amalgamation of regional parties. There has to be a national party that has to
Definitely
be
need
the
a national
fulcrum around it.
And that is the great tragedy of Indian democracy at the moment, that national party, like I think Anand said something very important, that there are 3.5 crore voters who continue to vote for Congress. The problem for the Congress is that while, look, there are more than half the people in this country did not vote for BJP in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, right? So how there is a anti-BJP constituency which can be gathered together. The problem with the Congress is constantly tilting at the windmills, fighting ideological battles, and not really concentrating on the ground game. It is not, in this election, it didn't fight on the ground. It has not been able to convert its base, its sort of wider constituency of support into a cadre-based support.
Sir,
It doesn't have a ground game.
Look at the 40s, 50s, 60s, the Congress till the 70s. The Congress's ideology and the Congress's line was very different. Today, between 2011, 2012 till now, the Congress has gone so far left. You've got the coterie of around Mr. Rahul Gandhi is a bunch of urban Naxals.
So that's the crux of it, right? Because of this,
that's exactly
is it
what
the
the Prime
party
Minister
that
said.
even those who don't like the BJP, do they trust the Congress to come and give growth and to have a vision for the future, as opposed to just being like BJP?
Let's play what the Prime Minister said. I think the two big news points in my view are one, what he said about Bengal. Ganga flows from Bihar into Bengal. We do the same thing in Bengal next year. And the other thing that he said was about the Congress party being reduced to what he called a Muslim League Maowadi Congress. Let's listen.
बिहार के चुनाव में जब मैं जंगल राज की बात करता था, कट्टा सरकार की बात करता था, तो आरजेडी के लोग कभी विरोध नहीं करते थे, लेकिन कांग्रेस वालों को बहुत चुभता था। लेकिन आज मैं फिर कहना चाहता हूं, मैं कहूंगा अब वापस नहीं आएगी कट्टा सरकार, अब वापस नहीं आएगी, अब वापस नहीं आएगी, अब वापस नहीं आएगी। बिहार में कुछ दलों ने तुष्टीकरण वाला MY माय फॉर्मूला बनाया था, पर आज की इस जीत ने एक नया सकारात्मक MY माय फॉर्मूला दिया है, और ये है महिला और यूथ। बिहार के चुनावों ने एक और बात सिद्ध की है, अब देश का मतदाता, खास तौर पर हमारा युवा मतदाता, मतदाता सूची के शुद्धिकरण को बहुत गंभीरता से लेता है। बिहार के युवा ने भी मतदाता सूची शुद्धिकरण को जबरदस्त तरीके से सपोर्ट किया है।
Okay, so he's said that this is a rebuke to those people who questioned Indian democracy, questioned the Election Commission, the SIR exercise. I want to bring in other guests also who are joining us. Swapan Das Gupta here is in our studios. Our political guests are also joining us via OB. Pradeep Bhandari, National Spokesperson of the BJP, is joining us. Syed Akram is spokesperson of the RJD. Karuna Sagar is spokesperson of the Congress Party. Swapan Das Gupta, let me ask you, from what the Prime Minister said, he has said that the Congress today has been reduced to a Maowadi Congress, Muslim League Congress, essentially catering to just a very narrow constituency, which is 1 Muslims and 2, in his phrase, urban Naxals. Do you believe that that is what has happened in this election? The Congress is down to 6 seats.
In a way, the Congress has moved considerably towards the fringe. What I said in the morning, that, what the Babalogs of the Congress really think as their model is really the left wing of the Democratic Party in the United States. That seems to be the model on which they're working. And actually, till the Congress manages to regain the center ground, and they seem to be gradually taking positions which edge them out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they are very fair. The CPI-ML finds the Congress very acceptable. Various other people find the Congress, people of those ilk find the Congress very acceptable, and the middle ground just doesn't.
So what happens?
There is a point here.
What happens? Let's say as we go ahead to the next year's elections in Bengal, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, and then the year after that, for example, in Uttar Pradesh.
In these 3 states, at least you mentioned, it's only in Kerala where the Congress has any viable presence. In Tamil Nadu, it is completely dependent on the DMK, and on a bad day, you will see what exactly happens. On a good day, of course, they'll do very well. In Bengal, they've just been wiped out. They've been eaten up by Mamata completely. So it's only in 1 or 2 patches, individual leaders who have. So, the Congress, the All India Party, the umbrella party, which used to exist at one time, I think that's becoming increasingly history.